Hey, what's up guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome back to the channel, where today I'm going to be telling you what I believe are the best things about this 65-inch LG G3 OLED. Now, like all my videos on this channel, I am very honest, so I'm not going to be just telling you about the best things about this TV. I will also be doing a video covering the worst things about this TV. And if you want to see that, then make sure you subscribe. Now, I just want to say a massive thanks to Peter Tyson, who kindly sent over the LG G3 for testing, but they also sent over this, the 65-inch Samsung S95C OLED. And if you want to see loads of videos on that TV, then do us a favour and subscribe to the channel. And also, don't be as tight as a duck's butt, hit that thumbs up button. Not enough people are doing it. Right, let's crack on then, and the first best thing about this TV is, and this is in no particular order, the design. Now, this is LG's Gallery Series TV, and trust me, this is a stunner. So let's just move round to the side to start off with then, and just look at that beautiful finish on there. You've got like this brush effect on here. Looks really, really nice, proper premium. LG have really come a long way over the past couple of years with the design of their TVs. Now, again, being a gallery series, this will sit flush to the wall if you've got the correct mount for it. And it is a lovely thin TV. Admittedly, not as thin as their other models, such as the C3, but it is a different design. Again, just look at the borders, really nice and thin. I also love the fact with the design of this, if we just go out on the wide angle there, that we do have this sensor down the bottom and a button, but it's not too intrusive and it's in the middle. I do like that, you know. The fact that it is dead center. I've had other TVs recently where we've had like the tag there on the side and it just didn't look right to me. So yeah, it's a nice symmetrical design and I just think it's an absolute beauty. So that is the first best thing about this TV. Moving along then, and the next best thing about this TV is it comes supplied with a wall mount bracket. Now, loads of people contact me about wall mount and brackets for TVs, but yes, this LG G3, being the gallery version, does come with the wall mount bracket included, which is great because it is a flush fit bracket as well. So that means this TV will sit flat up against the wall. At the moment, I've not been able to do that because obviously for testing I have to have a generic bracket that will fit many TVs. But if you install this, it will look absolutely mint. Now, what I love about this as well is that you get everything included. So you've got your bracket there, you've also got a template so you know exactly where you've got to drill, and you also get screws and plugs, which is really good because let's be honest, I'm sure many of you out there have brought a bracket before and you then had to go out and try and get screws and plugs that will fit, but no, you've got the complete kit there all ready to go, nice and easy. So I think it is great that you get everything that you need to really take advantage of this TV. So that is the next best thing about this TV. Moving on then, and the next best thing about this TV is the sound quality. So let's just turn it up a bit. Honestly, for a thin TV, it is really, really good. And it does go super loud as well. It is coming through my microphone as well, so it may be losing a bit of the volume, but yeah, that is, I mean, this is quite a big room, and it is really filling it with sound. Just listen to it. Now, it's just knocked that down a bit now, and the other thing that I do like is that it will tune the sound to your room. Now, when I initially put this TV in my new living room, it didn't sound that great. But if we actually go into the settings, and I'll quickly just show you, if we go into General there, and we go to AI Service, and then we go down to AI Acoustic Tuning. Now, I ran this, and yeah, it tuned the sound to the room using the remote control, which has a microphone there. The TV puts out some sounds, the microphone on the remote picks that up, and then adjusts it accordingly. And to be fair, it sounded really, really good after the tuning. Now don't get me wrong, I would always recommend maybe a really good soundbar or amp and speakers with any TV, but if you haven't got the funds for that, I would say that the sound quality of this TV is more than adequate for the average room. So that is the next best thing about this TV. Moving along then, and the next best thing about this TV is the picture quality. Trust me, it is absolutely amazing. Now don't just take my word for it. My new missus came over the other night. She'd never seen any of my TVs before, and she'd never seen an OLED TV for that matter. Got it all set up, sat her down, turned it on, and she was absolutely blown away. Now to be fair, she's got a pretty decent Sony TV at home already, but her words were, well, I think I've got to get myself a better TV. She was absolutely blown away with it. She couldn't believe how clear it was. She actually turned around and said, it's like real life. It is that good. Honest to God, it is a wicked picture. I can't recommend this TV enough. So if you're in doubt, well, go and see one for yourselves. Go into a store, go check it out. I'm pretty sure you will be blown away. So that is the next best thing about this TV. Next up on the best things list is the viewing angles. So if we just move around to the side, you're going to see for yourself just how good they really are. A lot of TVs, they start washing out. The colours go and it just looks a mess. Not with one of these TVs. They are absolutely amazing. Just check that out. Going really, really far around there. Look at that. That image is still holding up. And it is real handy, especially if you've got a sofa sat off to one side or an armchair or something like that. If you're sat over there, you're still gonna get a great viewing experience. Where a lot of TVs, you don't get that. You actually lose out if you are sat off from the dead center, which is a shame. But with one of these, you're still gonna be getting a quality picture no matter where you sit. So that is the next best thing about this TV. Swiftly moving along, and the next best thing about this TV is the brightness levels. Now that's something that many people who want an OLED TV really want. Now for many years, OLED TVs were quite dim, but now LG has really pushed the brightness levels. Now what I've done, just got a piece of footage up here from the Terminator, as I'm sure you guys will recognise, and I've had to pause it just due to copyright reasons, but it's also going to be a good demonstration on how bright it really is. Now we're in just the standard HDR mode at the moment, and as you can see, that looks pretty bright already. But if I actually go into the settings and put it into the vivid mode, look at it. It just blows everything out. It's that bright. I mean, my camera can't cope with that. So yeah, even on the menus there, just look at it. It is absolutely nuts. Obviously in person, you can read all this properly. Her face looks clear, but the camera can't cope with that. It can't cope with the background and the TV at the same time. It is just absolutely mental. When I turned it on, I was just blown away. Got the kids in here, we fired up a film, some demo footage and stuff like that, and they all noticed it straight away. They all said how bright it is, and it just makes the picture look absolutely nuts. So if you're looking for a bright OLED, then the LG G3 could be the one for you. Move along to the next best thing, and that is the new menus. Now, if I grab my magic remote, press on the settings button just once, and you can see we get up our quick menus, which has changed. Now, I do prefer this layout to the way it was before. We had sort of like a row just going down there, where now we've got more on show and it just seems easier to navigate. I do actually like the way it is done. But not only that, we've got a slightly different home menu as well. It seems to be just like less cluttered. There was a lot of like advertising and that before. This time, yeah, I think it just looks a little bit better. So yeah, fair play LG, you are moving things in the right direction. So that is the next best thing about this TV. Moving on again, and the next best thing about this TV is the black levels. Now just check them out. Look at them. They are absolutely perfect. And trust me, in person, it looks even better because we've got the amazing brightness going on and those amazing black levels. The contrast is just mind-blowing. Now I know this applies to all OLED TVs, but hey, not everyone has had an OLED TV before. So if you are new to them, then yes, that is something that you will definitely notice and a great selling point to this TV. So that's the next best thing about this TV. Now this next best thing is something that I can't say about all manufacturers, and that is the regular updates. So once again, I'm going to grab my magic remote control there and go down to support and software updates, and we have, if I run it now, another update available, which is great, to be fair, that LG keep up with their updates, because some manufacturers just don't do that. You know, they will sell you a TV but then not follow up with updates when there are little issues. You could look at it that it is a bit of a downside that they've got to do so many updates, but at least they are doing things to hopefully improve the TV. So in a way, it's probably better that they are pushing out updates than not at all. So that's the next best thing about this TV. Now the next great feature is something that everyone is gonna like, and that is the fact that they have a very good selection of apps. Now I'm in the UK, and if I just quickly show you, we've got things like YouTube, Now TV, Netflix, and we've got our catch-up services such as BBC iPlayer, ITV, 4, 5. So you've got all the ones there you're gonna want in the UK. Prime Video, Disney Plus, Sky Store, Apple TV, and so many more. Again, not every TV comes with such a great selection, and there is plenty more to choose from in the App Store, which I'll just quickly fire up, and I'm sure that there is something in there for everyone. Once again, the next best thing is something that I'm sure everyone can take advantage of, and that is the remote control. So I've said this many times before, design-wise, doesn't look the best. It's a bit cheap if I'm being honest, but functionality is great. Also has directional buttons, as we can see just there. But if we give it a wiggle, you can see we get that pointer up on the screen, which is just so much better than using those directional buttons. You can just jump to anything that you want. Great for inputting text as well. You can just jump between the letters and numbers. So it is much quicker to use than a conventional remote control. And to be honest, when I use another TV, I am really lost without this remote. So that is the next best thing about this TV. Now for this next best thing, I've fired up the inbuilt Apple TV app because this TV supports Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. So if we fire up Top Gun and we look at the top right hand corner, when that film fires into life, we should get a notification. There we go, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, which is great because again, not every TV at this price point does support Dolby Vision. So that is a great addition. Just had to pause the movie there because again, we'll get done for copyright. And not only does it support Dolby Vision, but also Dolby Vision for gaming. So yeah, we are getting all the boxes ticked with this TV. And of course, you get your regular HDR and HLG as well. So that's the next best thing about this TV. Now let's next talk about inputs, because the next best thing about this TV is that it has 4 HDMIs. Now, that sounds pretty good in itself, but not 1, not 2, not 3, but all 4 of the HDMIs, which are around the back and going to be pretty hard to see, all support 4K 120 Hz. So they are HDMI 2.1. And that is great news. This TV is all singing and all dancing when it comes to the inputs, which can't be said for all manufacturers. Even at this price point, I've tested TVs that have only had 2 that are capable of doing 4K 120 Hz. So this is great news. So when it comes to inputs, you are sorted with this TV. Now this next best thing about this G3 OLED is actually multiple things, because this TV is absolutely amazing when it comes to gaming. So let me show you. First off, if I just press on the settings button just once, this TV knows that we've got a game console hooked up, and we have this game dashboard which gives us loads of shortcuts and information about what is going on when it comes to gaming. Now if we go to the game optimizer and we scroll down, we can see this TV does support VRR and G-Sync, and AMD FreeSync Premium, and has auto low latency mode. Chuck in the fact that it supports that 4K 120Hz and those 4 HDMIs as well that support it, means you can hook up multiple consoles and get the very best out of each and every one of them. So when it comes to gaming, this TV is definitely ticking all the boxes. And like I said before, this TV supports Dolby Vision for gaming as well. Honest to God, it is the TV that you want when it comes to gaming. And that's why that is the last best thing about this TV. And there you have it then, guys. That was my opinion on what I think are the best things about the LG G3 OLED. Now, if you have enjoyed today's video, there's a few ways that you can support me. First off, we've got Black Friday coming up, and I'll be putting a link in the description to my Amazon affiliate page. Buy anything through Amazon through that link, puts a few pence in my pocket, and it doesn't cost you a single penny extra. So it's a great way to support the channel and say thanks. You can also use YouTube's Super Thanks, which you'll find just below this video. I also have Buy Me a Coffee, I'll put a link to that in the description. And if you don't want to do any of those, then please just reach up and hit that thumbs up button if you have enjoyed the video. Only takes a second and really helps push this video out to other people like yourselves. Now don't forget, I'll also be doing that worst things about it video and plenty more with this TV. So if you are interested in those, then please make sure you subscribe to the channel. So thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.